Well done, mate.
Well done, mate.
What a crazy-looking creature.
Look at the whiskers on the end. That's how they find their food. They search around the bottom. They're looking for sort of vibrations and everything. They home in on that and bang. How it found that little pellet, I'll never know. I didn't think it had a heartbeat.
Well done, mate.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Cheers, lads.
It's been a good fun day today. Not quite as prolific as I thought it might be. I thought we'd have a few more bites, namely some. I thought I might actually land a fish, but it wasn't to be. Seeing Tom have that whacker of a catfish, though, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's rocks down there. I like barbel fishing.
We were on a road trip to France, a journey travelled by thousands each year in search of new lakes and massive carp. We'd already made a pit stop to sample some of the excellent rivers on offer, and boy did they deliver for Dovey, catching a massive catfish on light tackle. We now headed further on our road trip towards the final destination, but before we got there we needed to settle who gets first choice of swim at the main lake, and I had something quite unique and very French in store for us.
Do you know what? I might, as we're in France, have a little sweet pastry or something.
This is your heaven, this, mate. Cakes, pies, bread.
Pizza, chips, kebab, Big Mac.
Lammertun.
Trust Al to organise a cake eating contest. We've got no chance.
Oi, I'm in fine-shaped spoons. Anyway, we're not here to eat cakes, we're here to make them. The rules were simple. Who could make the best designed and sexiest pan au raisin? And the judge would be the patisserie owner, Michael, who started by showing us the ropes.
Double high five. Yes! Look at that.
We were all given the key ingredients, and it was now down to our own creative flair and possibly some cheating. What are you doing?
Work
What are
emails,
you looking at
mate.
your phone?
Work emails. Work
He's
emails.
cheating.
He's cheating.
He's cheating.
He's on the
Working
internet.
He's always trying to get one up on us.
He's fed up with
I'm
it.
still going to beat him anyway.
Work emails.
Right, let's get on with this before he cheats even more.
Yeah, come on then, let's rock and roll.
On your marks, get set, bake. With the competition underway, I decided that possibly my best chance of winning would be to get patisserie extraordinaire Michael on my side. In other words, a little bit of brown nosing.
Bad. Is it? Yeah. Perfect? Right. Cheers, Michael.
Our pan of raisins were coming on nicely, and Ali's sweet talking seemed to be paying off. I don't think he's left his side the whole time.
What do you expect when your pastry has his name written on it in raisins?
I know. No. Inside. Inside. In the heart. Yeah, we.
And with the final touches, that's it. 2 masterpieces and a love letter. Time to bake and wait.
I have gone for the charm offensive, but I don't think it's good enough to win it. Actually, I think I'm going to come last. Got a feeling.
We're here to fish. I've gone for a carp, and I think it looks really good. I'm just hoping the guy that's judging it goes fishing as well.
I've made some conventional pan au raisins, but then gone for a little bit cheesy suck-up, I suppose. I've gone for a lovely heart with J'adore France written on. Gone for the killer blow, I think, and do you know what? I might have nicked it.
It was now down to my old mate Michael. Had Spooner done enough? Was Dovey the catch of the day? Or had I won him over with my charm?
Yes! I knew you'd nick that. I didn't think. I thought I'd come third,
I
mate.
feel robbed.
Do you know what? I thought you had won.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite nice, that, but
take
obviously
that.
not as nice as the fish.
I'll take that.
Thank you very much, Mussy.
I think the early charisma, the charm offensive, got me a silly little second place that I didn't deserve. Sorry, Spooner. You deserve better than you got.
I feel absolutely robbed. I get Tom's win. I don't get Ali's beating me. I am gutted.
All the way through that, I was worried that old Michael didn't like fishing, but it turns out he must love it as much as we do. Icing on top of the cake, number 1, first choice to swim. I'm happy with that.
Hooray!
We were now on the final straight and itching to get stuck into the main event, carp fishing.
Mate, we are almost there.
I can smell it. I can smell it.
I cannot wait to get started.
Our final destination is a lake that we had all fished before and was a place where PBs had been smashed. In fact, it's where I caught my personal best back in 2010, a fish called single scale, caught at £70, 8 ounces.
My current PB is from here as well, a carp called the Freak, weighing in at £53, 12 ounces. Tom's also held a PB here for years, until he smashed it in Croatia on a previous monster carp adventure.
Mate, there's not many lakes where I get this excited. I'm all tingly.
It's a special place and it looks good. It's fishing well. Something special's going to happen this week, mate.
I'm having a PB. I'm putting it out there. Putting it out there.
Chucked it out there.
I'm having my biggest ever carp.
This lake is home to an incredible head of huge carp, some of the most sought after in Europe, with multiple fish over the monstrous 70-pound barrier, such as the lake's famous largest resident fudgies, the aptly named chunky, the majestic immaculate common, and finally, one of the rarest caught beasts in Europe, the German.
Beating our PBs is not going to be easy, but if there's one place on this planet that it could happen, then it's here at Ggigάντικα. We are back, lads. How good does this feel?
We are back, and it feels very good, Thomas. Who's nervous?
I'm always nervous on here, because it can kick you in the teeth, this place, but I'm ready for it. I'm always ready for it here.
Come on in, little patisserie boy. Where are you going?
I think you know where I'm going to go. Favourite swim on the lake, it's Coast Point.
What about you, Al Dog?
Oh, yeah, I forgot I've got a second choice. I was like, oh, over to you, Neil. Well, I'm going back to the scene of my biggest ever carp landed swim called the Alamo.
I might have last choice, but I'm still going in a swim I've never fished before, really excited about it. I'm over in Alcatraz.
You belong in prison anyway. Come on, let's rock and roll. Let's do this small talk.
Do this.
So with our swims chosen, it was time to get to work. Prep is everything on a lake like this, with the limitation of not really being able to change swim, and with a week session ahead, getting a good start is vital. First up is finding the spots you want to fish.
If a fish can't find your hook bait, they can't get it in their mouth, then you're not going to catch them. So it's all about, at the moment, just using a bare lead, casting it out there, pulling it out of the mud that's on the bottom, and then feeling if there's any weed. Takes a while, but it's an investment into your session.
After finding our chosen spots, it was all about baiting. A mixture of link, fibre and cell boilies are combined with maize to create our beds of bait. We pinged this lot out with bait rockets hitting our spots, creating an irresistible spread of food for the hungry carp.
But a bed of bait is nothing without a rig. The business end. I do not mess about here. I use something that I've used many times in the past and something that hasn't let me down. I've got a 16mm hook bait on there and a very simple knotless knot setup for a very reliable hook. A leg clip setup, but I've pinched the swivel a little bit so it's running, so the fish can't use the weight of the lead to get rid of the barbless hook. I've got a bit of tubing behind there as well that also stops tangles. This isn't a time to mess about. You need to put something on that you know is going to work. Because you might be here for a long time and waiting for a bite, and you don't want it to fall off.
I don't know about you, mate, but not only am I double happy in my swim, I'm just about ready to get some rods out. What about you?
The bait's out. I'm ready to go. I'm excited, if I'm honest.
Well, I think Ali's still baiting, but if you're happy to go out without him, I know I am.
100%, mate. Don't care about him. I'm getting him out.
Bosh, me and all, let's do it.
It's been a long period of prep, baiting up, leading about, but first day, it's all about making sure it's right and not rushing it. And I'm going to cast my first one into Ggigάντικα for the first time. And I think 3 years. It's a fair old time, that. I think it's fair to say that most anglers live for that moment. Of course, the catching's great and getting the bite, but that tranquility on the first night of a session when the rods are finally out, it's a beautiful evening, calm. You can just sit back, the hard work's done, and you can hopefully just sort of start dreaming and anticipating what might happen.
And at 5 AM the next morning, Spooner was into our first carp of the trip.
Never ever expect to bite on here, especially on the first night. This is an unbelievable start.
The carp seemed to have turned on as Dovey was into a carp as well.
I've got a carp on. This is exciting time. This is exactly what we come for.
And out of the dark, Spooner sees his first carp gliding towards the net.
Yes.
Well in, Spoons, what a great start. And now it's Dovey's turn to land his first of the trip.
What a way to start first night.
This lake just doesn't give up its prizes easily. So to get off the mark already, proper result.
What a beginning, boys. To have 2 carp on the first night was a right result.
It wasn't long until the sun rose over the misty lake, and it was only a short time that we had to keep the carp in the slings so we could see them in all their glory.
For me, it was a quiet night with nothing to report.
It's very rare when you come on this sort of trip to get a fish really early. With everyone casting in, making loads of disturbance, it tends to push the fish away, and you often have to wait up to sort of 2 days before they come and find your bait. Not today. I've had one already. £38. Get in. What about that for a great way to start? Nice and quick, first night result, £38. Absolutely buzzing, and hopefully he's the first of many.
What a lovely carp that is, Spooner. Should we have a look at my one? Look at that. 37.5-pound pristine mirror carp, and the perfect way to start. You can see he's passing a load of the maize on the mat, which means he's been out there eating on the spot. So I hold good hope for later on in the session. What a perfect way to start.
Our French fishing adventure was well underway. Dovey won the baking challenge with his carpy pastry, giving him first choice of swim at the main lake. And on the first night, both Spooner and Dovey were off the mark with 2 lovely mirrors, leaving me still searching for my first bite.
Crazy that I had a real good go at it though, look. Really scraped.
Let's see if this boilie still floats.
Almost certainly have to change the rig a little bit. So it's a sinking bait or a semi-buoyant bait, but the bait's laying on the bottom because no use using a pop-up rig if it sinks because the crays have attacked it. Food for thought.
So my plan was to switch one of my 3 rods to a bottom bait, a Ronnie rig on the left and my all-time favourite D-rig in the middle, leaving the right-hand rod as it is, just in case. And with the momentum from this morning's early catches, we cast out our new rigs, baited our spots, and we were ready for anything. And with all the